Do you remember the goalkeeper that used to play for Chelsea before Abramovich came with all his money? Yeah, we're playing against him today. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Turmoil at Tranmere with me, GWFM. We're on episode 11 of season 4, and today we've got the game against MK Dons, who have recently been taken over by none other than Carlo Cudicini, which we'll show you very shortly. But yeah, before we get into that, let's get into the question of the day. The question of the day is, what is the best goalkeeper in the world currently? Or who, should I say, is the best goalkeeper in the world currently, in your opinion? Let us know in the comments below. For me, it is probably David De Gea, as much as it pains me being a Leeds fan, saying a Man United player. But he's exceptional, isn't he, really, to be fair. How many games, how many points has he won for Manchester United over the years? Keeps flirting, of course, the possibility of joining Real Madrid, but we'll have to wait and see on that one, because it seems to just, not ever happen for whatever reason. But anyway, let's get into today's video. So yeah, here he is in all his glory, Carlo Cudicini, the manager of MK Dons. Obviously, he's probably most fondly remembered for being at Chelsea. I know I did spell at Tottenham as well, but mainly at Chelsea is how I remember him. Looks decent, to be fair. Tactical knowledge of only 10, but otherwise his mental attributes are pretty damn awesome, and his coaching ones are decent, especially for this level in terms of League One. But we'll have to wait and see what we're come up against. So yeah, let's get into today's news. And first of all, since last time he joined us, obviously last time it was the youth intake, which is a bit of a pain. I'll get into that shortly. But yeah, Swindon, Peterborough and Rochdale, we had games against them. We started off with a 4-2 win against Swindon away from home. I was very, very pleased with this. Yeah, they had a little bit of a comeback in the second half, but we held firm for a 4-2 win. However, against Peterborough, we didn't hold firm. We was 3-0 up until the 89th minute. And then we just threw away a 3-goal lead. Didn't matter what I said from the sidelines. You know, maybe I should have changed it all and made it all defensive and that, but I don't. Well, maybe you should do, but it's so rare that something like this happens. It wasn't helped by the fact that Webb got injured for 4 weeks, by the way. But after I made all the subs, so we did have 10 men, so maybe that had some sort of bearing on it. We'll never know, I suppose. And then the same thing nearly happened again against Rochdale. We were 2-0 up and then 3-1 up, sorry. And then they got a late goal to make it a little bit nervy, but fortunately didn't get any of the highlights. But yeah, otherwise that leaves us in first position. I get the big thing up. We're still 11 points clear at the top of the league and 12 points clear of third place Bradford City. And in terms of the playoffs, we are 14 points clear of them, and in fact 16 points if you think of Coventry. So we're pretty much nailed on for the playoffs, and I'd say it's going to be very hard to shift us off both the title and automatic promotion. Best players going at the minute, we've got Boyd on 22 goals. It's 4 behind Apaya. It looks like he's going to win the top goal scorer. But we've got the 2 best performing players in Brewster and Gribbin. And Gribbin with 14, 2 behind the leader in terms of assists. And then Gribbin has got 8 player of the matches, joint with Andy Beggs, one of the regens, of course, for Mansfield. Mansfield in 11th, has to be said. The one thing I do want to mention is, first of all, go to the youth team, and you can see I've got some green names here kicking about, quite a few. Right, and then I'm also then going to go into Tim Strickland and go on to the FA Youth Cup, right, where unfortunately we lost in the semi-finals of Brighton under-18s. Now I'm calling absolute bullshit here in terms of the game, because the players you saw on last episode, they weren't great. There was only maybe one of them that you might think might get into the starting lineup of the under-18s. And what it is, if I just go to view stage and go back a round, it was played over 2 legs, but what I want to highlight is, of these players here, I ain't signed every single player, as we've just seen, they're highlighted in green. But the problem here is, we've got, I think there's 5 players that are on trial playing. You've got Phyllis Kirk, the right back, on trial. You've got the goalkeeper, in fact, on trial. Not good enough. They're not signing because all the players have already signed. You've got McIntyre on trial. You've got Faulkner on trial. And then you've got Strickland on trial. So why are the trialists playing in such an important game? Load of shit. The players that have been playing, I mean, I don't even think he's injured. You've got Regan Mitchell, who's actually a decent goalkeeper who could actually become like a decent player for us, you know, depending on what division we're in. And then you've also got the best, the best player of all time, in terms of under 18s level. Where's he gone? Alfie Smith, right? Not injured or anything, and he's got 55 goals in 36 appearances in the league, or 36 starts, 8 goals in the FA Youth Cup. Basically, nearly single-handedly got them into the semi-final. Doesn't even start, don't even make the bench. Well, a load of shit, that's all I'm going to say. So I'm a bit disappointed. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I should have just released them and it wouldn't have happened. But I'm a little bit disappointed that the players that have got them there didn't start. And it has pained me quite significantly. Lastly, before we get to today's game, we've got a new fitness coach. And he's unreal. He's 4.5 star in terms of the training situation. Fitness 18 and the DDM of determination, discipline and motivating. All 14s. Couldn't pass him up. The next one, 16 fitness, it was like 10s pretty much across this board. Had to get him. He's on 375 quid a week. Yeah, really, really happy with this. I mean, he can work with youngsters, not that he will do, but who knows, maybe if we get some under 23s at some stage, let's watch the space. So today, of course, we are playing against MK Dons. So we were relegated from the Championship last season. I mentioned already Carlo Cudicini. We don't need to see him again. They've got Kieran Agard, 31-year-old now. He is an experienced winner, but is also very, very quick. I would expect him to cause us a few problems because he's still pretty decent, especially at this level. So yeah, keep an eye out for him in today's game. Right, so the lineup for today's game is Cairns in goal. We've got Best at right back, Cranky at left back with Clegg and Snez in the middle of the defence. Got Malumbi and Kalmar, middle of the park. Gribbin on the right, Bruce on the Gribbin on the left, Bruce on the right. Boyd and Lavatory up top. And then, hoping for a decent performance. They're playing 5-3-2 with wing-backs. And they've got Wiltshire, Masterston and Downing ahead of Fabiano, i.e. the defence and goalkeeper, because I completely fucked that up. They've got Elder on the left, wing-back position, Williams on the right. They've got Rankin Costello, Elvis Costello, I'm just going to call him, Gilby, and Coyle in the middle of the park. They've got So and Nikitaya. I think he's quite an up-and-coming player, I want to say, in real life for Arsenal. I think it's for Arsenal. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. But the team talk is we are destroying everyone, it seems, apart from Peterborough for whatever reason. And I'm going to say carry on how you finished last match, which I don't really want to because we lost 2-1 at the back end of the game as we finished the game in the last 10 minutes. So hopefully, don't know what's going on with me. My voice keeps blocking up. I'm guessing I'm going to come down with a voice losing thing. Hopefully not, but yeah, hopefully we can go on and get this win, get us another step closer to the Championship, because it's looking increasingly likely that we are going to make it. It has been a challenge up until probably the last 5 games where the other teams in and around us at the top of the table seem to have dropped a load of points. But I don't mind because it means we're going to be going up. We struggled last season for large periods, turned it around in terms of form, coinciding with this tactic. And yeah, we find ourselves in a good position after bringing in some extra players that are actually probably better suited for the roles. So here we go with a highlight, 1.5 minutes in. Gilby's on the ball. Malumbi wins the ball from him. What can he do? Hands Clegg. I don't like this. I really don't like this, especially as he doesn't give it away. I actually thought he was going to Red Hot Chili Peppers it, but never mind. Here's Boyd. Where's it scored to Gribbin? Gribbin now. Swings it in. Oh, it's a bit of an error. There's been quite a few goals like that. I mean, the fail of the week is on hold at the minute. And there's a couple of reasons. There's a couple of reasons. One of them is that as much as I enjoy making it, it's funny. And goals like this are, to some degree funny. Obviously, not when it happens to you, but there's some are a lot worse. However, the viewage just wasn't there. Viewage, is that even a word? But it wasn't there. People were watching it, even though some of them are absolutely classic. It must be happening that often that people don't care enough about it. So I'm undecided whether to do another series. That's why I've only done the one series so far. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you think anything about that sort of subject. But anyway, I'm going to demand some more, see what happens. Right, I've got a free kick on edge area. Nope, straight over the bar. Never mind. Shut G. Right, we've got a highlight not long before half time. Start with Bess. It's a nice slide tackle straight to Elvis Costello's path. I wish I knew some songs by him. I know he's a musician of some sorts and a singer, but I don't know any songs. Can't exactly say I've listened to his music. And here he is again with a delightful pass to Elder. Elder in a position to cross, and it looked like a mix-up of some description there. I don't exactly know what happened, but I'm Otherwise, I'm very thankful that it didn't go in. But they're still on the ball, and yeah, I actually thought it was a shot for a second, but no, it was another great ball by that man Costello. He's running a show at the minute. Right, so we're here at half-time, and obviously we've got to guard against complacency. For some reason, Snez, every time I say that, no, you know, I don't even think he's ever like been worried at all, and for some reason he's stressed this time. So it's time to give him a little bit of belief. It hasn't worked. Brewster is nervous for some reason, so pressure's off. Just want to quickly highlight, no I won't, because I have to wait while I can actually select his name because it won't let me. Sam O'Connor I want to show you, so just give us a second, I'll get to him in a second. Here's Sam O'Connor. I just want to show you his development because obviously he's been tutored to get to a resolute personality. Let's click on his determination, and you can see here he started on 6. I think it was no ambition or low ambition or something like that, or it might have even been low determination. But it's obviously been beasted up to like 14 and up to 15 thanks to tutoring. And it's just showing you how good it can be in terms of help his development, because I'm pretty sure when I first got him, his potential ability was maximum, I want to say 3.5 star, might have been 4. I could be incorrect on that assumption, but just the improvement is showing all around, especially in his mentals. It's absolutely unreal. And I'm giving him game time. He's up to a 2-star player now. And yeah, I'm very happy to use him in games where he probably shouldn't be playing, but he's definitely showing him the improvement needed, and yeah, I'm hoping that he's going to make the jump up to the championship should we make it as well. Right, so we're starting the second half, and obviously it's going to be MK Dons that kick it off from right to left. Hopefully we can go out and see it out. Right, so just giving a bit of encouragement, and they're not going to score, they're going to hit the post. Thankfully, you know, bit of a scare. Here he is again, and then they've got Downing. I think that's the Leeds Downing. Snez with the tackle, and then crunchy tackle for Kalmar with his 7 tackling or whatever it is. It's headed away by Clegg, and we're under a little bit of pressure, it seems, at the minute. Kalmar is the captain today. Yeah, 7 tackling. There it is in all its glory. Just for you. Right, so I'm going to make a change. It's mainly because Malumbi is having a bit of a stinker. I'm going to bring on O'Connor because he just seems to play well. I don't know what it is. It's like Webb, he plays well as well. He's injured, of course, so I can't bring him on, unfortunately. Muratori is a good player to bring on as well. I might just do it anyway because he does kind of take over the captaincy anyway at the best of times. If it'll let me, that is, because I've dragged it 3 times. Not once, twice, 3 times a lady, but you know. Never mind, I don't know where we're going with that. But yeah, I think I'm just going to make those 2 changes for the minute since we're getting overrun in midfield, so let's change the midfield up. Right, so I've just demanded some more, and we've got an instant highlight from it seems. Best whips it in, it's headed away by Costello, who is literally in this game like shit in the field, is every fucking where. Gribbins in a crossing position, can he whip it in? He can. Lavatory's there! Oh, Fabiano with some sort of weird save, like it looked very flamboyant, to put it politely. Right, final change time, and I think Gribbin is at effect. I'm going to bring on Adam Armstrong, put him on the left wing, see if he can get a goal from the wing. Probably won't, but you know, never know. Here's Lavatory though. The highlight hasn't actually stopped for whatever reason, even though it wasn't the highlight to start with. It's played in, and I thought that was going to be a massive comedy of errors there, but it's still only 1-0. And while it's ever 1-0 or 1-goal deficit, my arse is like this. I always forget to go the right direction. It looks like I'm doing like some sort of sock puppet or something, but no, it means shitting yourself with the 50 pence, 20 pence. You're trying to fight the log coming out of your ass, if you know what I mean. Anyone who has got an ass, I would expect, would know what I'm on about there. But anyway, don't even know what I'm talking about now. Just shut up, G. Fabiano is on the ball. What's he doing? He's just injured. It looks like he's having a piss. Here's Muratori. Finds Armstrong. You know, like when you're on the motorway and you just having it, yeah, he's moving now, but you're on the motorway and you see people stood at the side having a piss. That's what like we're doing against the boards. Bit harsh. They've got a free kick right in the edge of your area. He's put it over. Good stuff. This is nervy, this. 5 minutes to go. I mean, not that nervy, obviously, because I've got, like, still, like, you know, 8-point deficit if everything goes wrong for us to, like, hold on to. But who knows? You know, there's been worse bottle jobs. And here's a guard. Is he going to cross it in? Am I going to eat my words? So is there. And you could just say, so what? There was no tap-tap because I missed. There we go. Clark. Last chance saloon, perhaps. Clegg with a powerful header back to Cairns. Cairns showing some decline for some reason, as you can see there. But he still looks like he's going to be the man to take us into the championship. If it comes to it, of course. So, Oh, Boyd maybe fouled Downing. Apparently not. Headed away by Best. We've got 20 seconds to go or so. He's now Brewster plays it in. Fabiano collects it up, and it's like literally the nothing highlight now, isn't it? But even game, to be fair, we've probably edged it on the chances. It's been neck and neck, 50-50 on the possession. So, and there we go, 1-0 win, a solid 1-0 win against a relegated championship side. They were 9th at the time. The form wasn't great, to be fair, but I have to say it was a good win. Best player on the park apparently was Callum Gribben, getting back to form, because he's been shit the last 6 games, and I think he's averaged about a 6.7. Absolutely appalling. So what was that first half? 7.4. Please, I did tonight. Extremely delighted. Top lad. So looking at the table, as you can see to the right, or above me if you like, still 11 points clear. We're now 14 points clear though of 3rd place Wigan. It was Bradford City. That means they must have lost. Whereas Bradford, they lost 2-0 to Wigan, the team who jumped up to 3rd. So it's going to be a very interesting climax to the season. Right, so looking on to the last 7 games of the season, we're going to come back for Colchester. Mickey Mellon is still at Colchester, the man, of course, who is in real life in charge of Tranmere, unless it's changed, of course, but I know that he started off at Tranmere. He's already replaced at the beginning of the series, and yeah, it's like a final send-off against him. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. So yeah, we're going to come back for Colchester United. It might be all sewn up by then. But I still think it's a good one to come back for. It looks like it's pretty much nailed on. It's gonna be something really drastic that's gonna make us lose, like basically the automatic spots. Maybe not the title's not quite sewn up yet, but we'll have to wait and see. With us having a game against Sheffield United to come as well, that could be crucial. Hopefully not. But anyway, let's get into the outro. So decent performance there, not a goal glut like we have had recently, but nevertheless it's a win. A win's a win, and at this stage of the game, you need to be picking up as many points as you can. Get us up into the championship, and start to see us maybe dream of actually finally getting to the Premier League. They've had 3 attempts in the playoffs, and they lost in the semi-final stages every time. Did Tranmere? Hopefully we can go on better, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to see this out first. I know it's looking likely, but you never know. Bottle job extraordinaire I could be without knowing just yet. But yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead and press that like button. Greatly appreciated, as would subscribing as well. It's all greatly appreciated. And also, if you could just leave the comments in below, and obviously the longer you watch it, the better it is. It helps the channel grow. All that good stuff. Would be absolutely awesome if you could do that. It'd be greatly appreciated as well. But until then, until the next one against Colchester United, I will see you then. Bye bye.